We'll see if it shows anything new. I really did enjoy this scene from last episode, though. It was kind of... She really is, like, the best girl. Like, you can see why he wants to save her, by all means. And not just only that it was his only girlfriend. Most of the time, your first girlfriend is not this good. So it's replaying a lot of recapping really here. Their names are so similar, it's... So that's what it was. Yeah. Like I was thinking last episode. And this is what messes up everything up right here. He's probably not going to be the one to do it. He might be the distraction here. Are they going to come out of nowhere? It's crazy that this is the moment that changes everything. Oh, shit. Yep, I knew it was a distraction. I knew it was a distraction, but I thought, like, I thought one of them would have came out with a knife or something, but they got the goddamn bats. Oh, Jesus. You would have thought it would have been able to, like, something would change. Maybe they can get there in time. Okay. So it's Moebius and all of them all at once against one, just against him. But it's 50 on 1 the way they're talking, unless people arrive in time to break it up. You kind of left her again. Holy shit. Yup. It's 50 on 1. I knew it. Yeah, that was some bullshit. It's crazy that he was able to still stand after all this. Yeah, I mean, you took like probably a bunch of swings to the head by a bat. Okay, so now like 2 on 40. This is not fair. Well, we already know it's changed now, right? If he's there, he obviously wasn't there last time, so it's got to have changed. Yup. I knew it. Had to be Mikey. Now this should change it. No, I don't think so. I feel like there's more to this, right? So... Okay, so that's why they said it was between factions, when it really wasn't. So it wasn't Payne that was... He did say it was a plan, but I thought it... So they were using Kiromasa, they were using all them. It's not... Okay, so I originally... I had like in my head at the very last second there, I was like, oh, is it the guy they're looking for? The second, the second of the two, Mikey, and then the other guy? But this guy doesn't look like the picture. We actually got a flash of the guy on one of the early episodes. We saw him like biking or something. He walked right by him because it was the exact face on that poster. And that's not that guy. So this is somebody completely new. So he staged this? temporary commander? Oh. Okay, he's strong. Why wasn't he the leader before then? Why is he seems stronger than Osanai. Oh god. It's so random though. Yeah, this is definitely different. More than 50. That's great leadership. He says that with so much love. You changed something maybe for the worse? Yeah, probably. This is why you don't fuck with time travel? You made like a new enemy? Oh shit, just in time. Okay, now it's more like 100 on 100. Are they all old enough to drive those? That's actually a good question. God damn, they have a lot more captains than I thought. And they're introducing a lot of characters. He got used so hard here. Holy shit. It's a gang war. This is way bigger than it was supposed to be. Meaning there could be way more casualties than there were with just him. With just Draken, now there could be many. Holy shit. What have you started? I mean, at least they look happy. To punch some face. This is what really happens at festivals. No more fun stuff, just slaughter. I don't think he is necessarily probably the problem at this point. I think it's gone past that. It seems way worse. Not that Draken couldn't still die, but I feel like he should have more worries, like anybody dying or himself. We already know there's knives and bats and shit, so... And they can kick the shit out of people with just their fists. Fisting is everywhere. This is not the place for him whatsoever. That's weirdly such a proper picture. Everyone's like beating the shit out of each other and he's laying down. But other things could lead to that. That's the thing. There's just so many, especially when you have no control over what happens after you do this. That's the worst part of this time travel. Like I was thinking about this. I'm sorry to pause so much in this show, but there's just so much to talk about, and I feel like I lose my train of thought sometimes at the end. I know some people like me to do my thoughts at the end, but it's just not the way I think. It's kind of impossible for me to do that all the time. It's more so like the problem with this is if he could just live his life after he does this and after he does the change, I think he could truly change things because he has control. But it's like he goes on autopilot when he comes back to the future. So as we saw when he went back to the past, he was doing something he normally wouldn't. And even Hina said, you acted nothing like you act now. You know, his immature self. So all these experiences he's having could be actually counterproductive and actually change him badly because he's not going to act the same. He's going to act like the immature version of himself once he goes back to the future, right? So that's what makes this time travel such a bitch. I'm actually less worried about Draken here in this situation than the 50-on-1, obviously. They seem to have the upper hand on MOEBIUS, though. Another funny thing is, we're rooting for them, but also this is the group that becomes really, really bad in the future. So it's weird. The show puts us in a really weird, like, they don't really let us. It's hard to root for people sometimes. They're making us like the people that become bad later. I think he's pretty invincible there. God. He got manipulated. Though it is his fault as well, obviously. The guy took advantage of how he was feeling, but he obviously cared about him. Because they could do the same to him in the same situation, maybe? Maybe he thinks like that as well. He's not happy about it, obviously. He's feeling the same, but he's the leader. Being in a group is complicated. So many moving parts and feelings. Mikey is such a likable leader. There's so many good points to his personality and how he leads. That's why they all follow him. He's like very respectable when it counts, when the moment counts. So the hit he takes is just a body to the face. I guess that was his fighting in this. Ooh. Oh shit. Is he gonna go for the... Is he gonna try to stab him now? He already did it? Oh shit. Is nothing gonna change? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. It still happened. It still fucking happened. Can you say... Is he dead though? I mean, he is... Half his blood is on the fucking floor, but... I don't like to assume. Okay, so I have to say, I'm actually, even though that is the, from what we saw, we know what happens in the future, but we've noticed all these differences that's going on because of how he did things. I thought Draken actually wouldn't die here because but I thought maybe somebody else would die or something. Obviously, this is a bigger battle and a bigger fight, and there's different conflicts going on here. A leader they didn't know about in MOEBIUS, and then just a bunch of shit here. I don't know why. It just made me lean towards... I even said it during the reaction. I don't think he's gonna... I think something else is gonna happen. But of course, it still led to that. Now, is there time to save him here? Because he's right there. He obviously still got stabbed, but... And you already knew who was gonna do it. You saw him have the knife. You saw that he wanted to do it. If that really didn't change anything and it still goes on like that, is there really any way to solve that? And also, this is actually another thing that I'm thinking of right off the top of my head here. We know that it's not like, even though he goes back to the past, he doesn't get to redo events that he's already gone back to. Meaning, if he dies here and he actually died, it's too late to save him, right? At this point, it'd be too late to save him. It has to be... That's another different thing when it comes to this type of time travel. You can go... When he goes back to the future, he only gets to correct things that he finds out later. Oh, this happened, that hasn't happened yet on that day, so many years ago. So it makes things very complicated. You only get... This isn't one of those things where you can just keep trying and like if somebody dies, and when he tries to save them, they're dead. There's nothing you can do. So if he's actually dead here, that's a permadeath. It's like this is not like normal time travel where it's like you can go back as many times and keep trying. This is a one and done. I didn't really think about that. Like this they have made time travel very unique and complicated in this show. They also, I have to say, as much as we know what they do in the future, but we also know that the way they act in the future has to do with things that obviously happen to change their character or put them in positions. They were good people at one point, and I feel like a lot of bad. If you said that about a lot of villains or bad guys in shows, you could say the truth. At one point, maybe they weren't bad. The thing is, he's going back to a point where we're really seeing, like, Mikey especially. I think Mikey, Draken, all these guys were not bad people. They were actually really, like, good, even for being in a gang anyway. They were good with their group. They were good. They had good character. They weren't looking to kill people, or at least they're not looking to kill people. They're not in that. I mean, other than them fighting now it's gone a little bit more personal, but that was not their look. They were also, there was respect between the groups. So I don't know. I feel like the show always throws a curveball. So is he going to survive? If he's dead, then that's a permadeath. By the way, the rules have been kind of shown in this show, it seems like there's no way to go back past, if you've already relived something, he shouldn't be able to go back, because it only has to be on that day. So when he goes back to the future, it's on that day in the past. That means things could get, I was thinking about it. I was like, things could get more and more fucked up, because the more mistakes you make, you're not going to be able to correct those mistakes. You're only going to be able to, like, those exact mistakes, you're only going to be able to try to go back and see if you can mend them. That's what it feels like. But anyway, if you guys want to recommend something yourself, definitely check out the Yandere tier or the Waifu tier on my Patreon. All my links will be down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.